Pokemon.
Welcome to Nice One 983's Pokemon Center Goodie Bag. Guys, I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory before we go ahead and run into this thing. Last year, in October, my buddy MarioAfterParty, the co-host of the Splat Zones, went to Tokyo. And when he went, he asked me if there was anything that I wanted for my birthday and for Christmas. I said, bro, all I want is for you to go to the Pokemon Center and get me a bunch of little goodies. So MarioAfterParty, being the absolutely best friend he could be, goes to the Pokemon Center and brings me this bag full of Pokemon goodies. So, what I'm going to do here is from this point forward, I am going to at random pull an item from this bag, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our standard reviews, our unboxings, and our comparisons. But I'm not just limiting it to things that MarioAfterParty filled this bag with. Simply because this show would only be a couple weeks long if we did it that way. So I'm also going to be throwing Pokemon goodies that I find into this bag, and we'll be pulling them out at random. First off, before we get into this, before we go ahead and actually take anything out of the bag, first off, I could have thrown this bag away. I really could have. It's just a bag. But I love this bag. I really love this bag. I mean, you've got your actual Pokemon Center logo at the bottom of the bag. You've got Xerneas and Yveltal. I can't say that name. I don't know how many times I've tried. Yveltal. That's what we're going with today. Yveltal. On the front of the bag. And they look cool. But let's go ahead and give the bag a turn. And if you give the bag a turn, you've got Pikachu, Fennekin, Chespin, and Froakie on this side of the bag. So it's a nice bag. I really like the bag, so keeping it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go ahead and pull an item out of this bag, and we're going to do our thing. So let's go. Alright. And the first item, let's move the bag real quick, is Greninja. Guys, I'm going to cut real quick, and then we're going to get an in-depth review on this Greninja. So we'll be right back. Alright, we are back. So the goodie bag is off to the side, and what we have here is the Mon-Cole Greninja. For those of you that don't know, Mon-Cole is short for Monster Collection. Produced by Takara Tomy, and that's about all I know about it. It's pretty damn cool. Liking the box. It's one of we need more boxes like this stateside where you have a complete view of the figure in box, and it's all the way around. Of course, you have your Takara Tomy logo. Some Japanese text. It says SP9. I assume that's the figure number. That would coincide with his Pokedex number, I believe. Been a while since I played X and Y. So, what else do we have? Let's go ahead and see the figure. The figure is pretty good. It's actually very similar to the Amiibo. So I guess we'll be pulling that out for comparison time, right? The side of the box, you just get a nice, better view at Greninja. The back of the box, you see where all your stickers and stuff are that are keeping the figure sealed. You have your Pokemon XY logo, or Pocket Monsters logo in this case. More text that I can't read, guys. Sorry. Not a great speaker of languages. I speak English and Spanish. I think that's enough. Alright, and there we go. Back to the front of the box. Alright, guys. So what I'm going to go ahead and do next, I'm going to go ahead and unbox this thing. and then we're going to do comparison time and score time. So we'll be right back. Alright, and we are back after a long and arduous unboxing. If you guys ever wonder why I don't actually do the unboxings on camera, it's because I suck at unboxing, and it would take me longer to unbox it than we have time for in these videos. Try to make these as short as possible. I like to go in as much detail as possible in a short amount of time, but still. That being said, I do it off camera because these videos would be like 30 minutes long if you waited for me to unbox. The figure itself, let's go ahead and get into that. Like I said earlier, it is extraordinarily reminiscent of the Amiibo. There's a lot of similarities between the two. There are also some key differences that I'll bring out in a minute. The Greninja figure itself is really nice, though. The plastic is very good quality, more of a vinyl than a hard plastic. You see his eyes. Colors are great. Little figures like this, and you know the Amiibo, they tend to be harder to paint because there's a lot of fine detail. But this figure didn't suffer too much. It's really good paint job. And there's the back. Still looking good. I love the tongue. I like that on the Amiibo as well. There's the other side. And back to the front. Alright. Nice little figure. So, I said we were going to go ahead and do comparison with the Greninja Amiibo, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, there it is. Let me move this. And my flash went out, guys. Sorry about that, but still enough light in here to keep going. So, I said they were similar, but there are some key differences between the Greninja Amiibo and the Greninja Moncole figure. First thing you'll notice is the colors are pretty much completely different. The Amiibo uses a much darker scheme of blue and yellow. Something else that's different is, I don't know, the fins, the head fins, the spikes. They're a lot more pronounced on the Amiibo than on the Moncole figure. A lot more pronounced. Outside of the pose is similar again, just with a different leg stretched out. Let's go ahead and give the Amiibo a turn and the figure a turn. Yeah, the Amiibo's got a sharp, it's a lot more angular, if I had to describe it. For being, the tongue is also much longer on the Amiibo. But still, it's nice to have these comparisons side by side like this. There's the back of both. It's really, really nice to compare them. It's one, because you see what the difference is between Sakurai's Greninja and the Pokemon Company's Greninja. And, you know, I don't know how many people knew this, but Sakurai and his team basically did the development on Greninja before it was actually even a Pokemon. So, before it was approved for Pokemon, it was approved for Smash. Which is a nice little... It shows you how much pull Sakurai actually does have at Nintendo. Let's go ahead and get a better look at the faces. Sorry if we lose some detail. There we go. Even the faces are the same but different. Whoop. Well, guys, that's the Moncole Greninja. If I'm gonna give it a score, I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8. It is a really nice figure, really nice plastic. It stands up with the Amiibo, which I think the Amiibos have some really good quality. it stands out. I mean, you can tell they're different, but they're the same. Like, they do represent the same character, and it really does hold up really well. So I'm digging it. Gets an 8. Guys, that's it for our first episode of the Pokemon Center Goodie Bag. As always, you know you can hit me up on Twitter at niceone983. You can email me at niceone983@gmail.com. You can hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/niceone983 game collecting. You can go ahead and check out the website, niceone983.wix.com/game collecting. And if you are a fan of the Splat Zones, you can always go ahead and listen to the new episodes of the Splat Zones on Stitcher Radio, and you can download them on iTunes. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and watch out for Amiibo Hunters on Prowl.